What if your mother was so fed up with your behavior as you were entering your adult years that she gave you an ultimatum? Come back to church and join a ministry or leave. Wow, what would you do? Find out how today's guest handled that ultimatum right here on Faith on Film. Hello and welcome to Faith on Film. Now, last week I interviewed Stacy Bradshaw, and I asked you all to go get your daughters, or if you couldn't get them at the moment, to of course go to our YouTube channel, Faith on Film TV, because she was such a great role model for young girls. Well, today I have a great role model for young boys. So if you have sons, go find them, tell them they have to watch this show with you, or get it on YouTube and get them to watch this show. Jared Leon is a filmmaker who, as I mentioned in the teaser, got started because his mother gave him an ultimatum: go to church, join a ministry, or leave. Well, Jared did go back to church. He joined the media ministry and fell in love with filmmaking. To date, he has produced and directed at least 3 full features that I know of, several other projects, and is now in business with his mother, where they continue following their passion as filmmakers. Jared, welcome to Faith on Film, man. How you doing?
All right, Isaac. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's as I started to put these shows together, I started to think, okay, who can I have on the programs? And I, of course, went to the people, number one, that I know, so they would say yes to me, and also people then that I thought, that I was pretty impressed with. And I remember meeting you and your mom at a film festival in, I think it was it was in Philadelphia,
I think
and just
yeah,
being
Philly.
impressed not only by the fact that you as a young man are doing, faith films, but that you're working together with your mom. So I thought that was very interesting. So listen, just tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got started, and let's learn a little bit about you.
Okay, yeah. So, I was given an ultimatum. I wasn't going to church at the time, and she was like, get out, or you're gonna do something in the church. As long as you're in a ministry. And I was like,
Wow.
whatever, sure. So I ended up, going for the media ministry, and there was this guy named Dave Olson who was running it at the time.
Okay.
And he was like really into it, and his passion kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. And, at first it was just like setting up cameras for church, and you just kind of sit behind the camera, and that was like basically what you did. And I just stayed with it, and I just kept like wanted to do more and more and more until the part started editing like the stage plays they would have. And my mom was directing the plays at the time. So I would take the footage that I got and like edit it. And then it was on like Windows Movie Maker. So like if the program crashed, you lost everything. So I would sit there for like 5 hours editing and just, oh, it crashed again. And then I lost all the footage. So I just, messed around with it. And then finally I went to like a Christian boot camp that was, it was this guy from one of the Law and Orders episodes. He directed some Law and Order episodes. I forgot his name. It's like Jonathan something. I wish I knew his name. But it was like a week-long short film thing where you went to Arizona, out in the desert somewhere. It was kind of crazy. And we went to this house, and we actually made a short film with all these people who all came there, who were Christians, who wanted to, try, I guess, filmmaking. And that was kind of my entry point. And yeah, from there, it just kept going. I made my first short film when I got back. I bought my first camera, which is like a T2i Canon. And yeah, I just made a lot of mistakes and just kept going from there. So
Now I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you a personal question here, okay? Because I find it interesting that I need to know this. What were you doing that made your mom say, get back to church or leave? I mean, how bad could you have been? You want to share that?
Yeah, it was just being rebellious, just doing things, getting in trouble with my friends at the time. Like we weren't, my friends weren't really saved, and they were doing a lot of things that, and I was doing the same stuff because I was trying to, fit in and all that stuff. And it just never felt right. You're trying to fit in and you're trying to be rebellious, and you're going through that phase in your life. And that's basically where I was at. And it just, something wasn't clicking, and it just didn't feel right. So finally, I gave in and did what my mom told me. which everybody should do. And
Yeah.
now here I am doing this. So
I,
I thank God and I thank her for doing that for me.
sure. I was gonna say, moms, listen to you right now. Don't just say, "Oh, whatever they're gonna do, it's whatever they're gonna do." But get tough if you have to. I mean, look at the change it
Yeah.
made. Um, yeah, very very exciting that you were able to turn your life around. Now you do films that are a little bit different than the typical Christian film. And what I mean by that is most Christian films are very nice, clean. I call them puppy and pony movies. Um,
Right.
your films are a little bit harder. They're a little bit edgier. Uh, what makes you do those kind of films?
It's just kind of the environment
Hmm.
we grew up in a way. I mean, it's just we relate better to just trying to be as real as possible, I guess. And it's sometimes like I remember when Left Behind came out. Wow, like this is so awesome. So of
Hmm.
course our first movie was basically a rapture movie, but it was just like over time when you start seeing those movies when you get older, you start to see like, oh, okay, this is not how I remember it when I was younger, but
Right.
so then you're still, pulled into wanting to do something like that. So that's how The Basement came around. And my mom wrote that and directed that. And yeah, it was like our first movie. We didn't know what we were doing. We never did really any short films other than that thing in Arizona for a week. I know now from like watching all the people online who are like film riot and those different filmmakers that they're still doing short films. Like we jumped right into a movie. Not We were so naive and just full of faith at the time that we didn't know you're supposed to make all these mistakes and make all these short films. We were like, let's just do a movie and see what happens. And now here we are today. So I mean, I guess it panned out good. God was definitely with us because we really did not know what we were doing at the time.
Well, you know what? We're going to take a little break here. And when we come back, I want to talk about more about this. First of all, the fact that you're working with your mom. I think that is
Okay.
fantastic. First, she gets tough on you and says you might have to leave, and the next thing you know, you guys are working together. That's something that I want to know more about. Um, and the
Right.
other one is about how you make these movies with virtually nothing, virtually no money. I mean, you haven't sat there and said, "Well, I got to wait till I have all this amount of money so I can make a movie." You've said, "I'm going to make a movie however I can." Am I correct in that?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. It's all self-funded.
well, we're going to talk about that when we come back. So, folks, don't go away. This is going to get very interesting. We'll see you in a bit.
Cell reproduction, more than duplication. It's careful selection and organization, ensuring the perfect balance for development and growth. Powerful, so is our programming. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
Sight and Sound Theaters invites you to experience one of the most powerful Bible stories ever told.
Samson, you're going to deliver our people from the Philistines.
God gave him the strength to fight thousands,
Where does he get his strength from? Nobody's that strong.
but his greatest challenge will be living with his own choices.
Who are you?
Delilah.
We want you to find out the secret of his strength.
We will destroy Samson.
Playing in Branson for one last encore season. Get ready for a mighty adventure for the whole family.
You are my rock and my strength. Be with me today.
Samson, live on stage at Sight and Sound Theaters in Branson, Missouri.
I wonder how long a dolphin lives. I wonder if they can make cookies in space. I wonder when people started brushing our teeth. I wonder if people and dinosaurs ever lived together.
Want to find out?
I wonder how much a cloud weighs.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. We're here today with Jared Leon, who is a young filmmaker that I met a few years ago in a film festival. So, Jared, we've learned that that you got into filmmaking because your mom basically gave you an ultimatum, and you took it, and here you are now making films. Now, you mentioned that you did one short film and then jumped right into full features. Why did you just go ahead and do that?
Because we really didn't know any better at the time. We were like, everybody does this. Everybody just jumps into making movies. And, the further along I got into actually the process, I figured out that's not what people do.
I guess going to say, I don't think that's what they do.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a lot of people that have been waiting for years to make their first full feature. Right. I don't know what they're waiting for. Probably mostly money. You didn't let that stop you.
Yeah. Oh no. We're doing paycheck to paycheck. I mean, we had to pay a mortgage. My mom had to pay the mortgage. But we had bills and stuff and we had this actor. He I don't know if you ever heard of Mike Joyner.
Yes.
Michael Joyner was he was in our first movie, and my mom actually got him because one of the pastors in the church knew him, I think, back from high school or something. He's like, yeah, just hit him up. So my mom at the time, we didn't know. We were just like, okay, whatever. So we just hit him up and we talked to his agent and all that. And he read some sides from the script. And that's a funny story because, my mom was talking to his agent and all that, and she didn't know the technical terms at the time because we were brand new. So she's like, send me the sides. And my mom's like, what? Sides, what's that? And the agent was just like, these people don't know what they're doing. But he ended up liking the script, and he came down and we paid for his hotel and all that. He did a 5-day shoot. We actually brought him back again to finish the rest after we kind of got a grasp on when we started editing the movie and seeing what we were missing and what we needed to reshoot. But yeah, it was Mike Joyner right off the bat in our first movie. We were just like, and it was insane, man.
I mean, he's been in some pretty major films. He was in a film that is actually a Sony film. It was distributed by Sony.
Right.
You said something interesting there, and that is that, you didn't know any better, and so you just stepped right out. I've always said, what, God's got me doing what I'm doing because he knows that I'm too dumb to come up with a better plan. So I literally follow his plan, and that seems to be what you've been doing. Now, most films, of course, cost, even the micro low-budget films, we're talking 100,000, 200,000. Are you anywhere near that in making your films?
Not that high. I think our first film, The Basement, cost maybe 25,000, if I'm correct. I mean, it was just, it was not all at once. It was at a time, just paying paycheck to paycheck and all that. I think Scattered might have been 10,000. It was a lot cheaper because we shot that 5 days, 5-day shoot. And then a couple, maybe 3 or 4 weekends after. The Basement we shot, it took us a year because we were literally working. I was working a job where I had 12 to 14-hour days. I was working as security and all that. And I would come home late at night and edit till 1 a.m. and stuff. So we were trying to be filmmakers while we had full-time jobs. So it took us forever. And we thanked the actors because they had to keep the same hairstyles for a year. And it was crazy. They were like, can we just get done with this movie?
Oh my goodness. Now, that's funny. I've seen the movies, and I want you that are viewing right now to know that just because you just heard them say that they were 10,000 or 25,000, they must not be that good. Trust me, they're very good movies. In fact, you can check them out at Parables Television, the sponsor of our program here. Just go to parables.tv and look for it. Scattered and The Basement, right? Yeah. And there's another one. There's a movie called Dawn that you also did.
Dawn, yeah.
Was that your third full feature?
Yeah, that was our third one.
Okay. All right. Well, just all very interesting and exciting. Let's take a quick break, and then that way I'll have a little bit more time on the next segment because I want to talk about some of the new things that you're working on now, And is it still kind of in that same, I'm going to call it edgy style movies? Are you kind of sticking to that genre?
I think that's where we're comfortable. It's weird, but that's where we kind of, you know, stay, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, it's
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you're doing the right thing there, because I know one of the complaints, if you will, that especially some of the millennials now have, some of the younger people, is that they just are not interested in that other type of movie that just seems too unrealistic. They don't relate to it. So the movies that you're doing, I think, are something that we can like if I'm one of those millennials, something that the millennials can relate to better. So I think that's what you're going to have great success in this. So listen, let's take a quick break and then we'll come right back. Folks, don't go away. We got so much more to come.
Have you ever considered being an actor or director of a major feature film? Sounds crazy, right? But what if God is calling you to do just that? To use your gift in a non-traditional way, like redemptive filmmaking. Let this be your pulpit. So what are you waiting for? Call now. This could be the spark that ignites your ministry.
Christian filmmaking. Our operators are standing by right now. 469-655-3222. Remember to visit our website at www.transformfilm.com.
And you learn filmmaking on 2 backlots, a first-century backlot and a small-town backlot under the watchful eyes of Christian professional filmmakers and university film school professors like Dr. Mark Kuchin. So what are you waiting for?
469-655-3222. Transformation Film Institute, a place where passion meets purpose.
This summer, come to Orlando and bring your family to the Holy Land experience, where the true heroes live. See with your own eyes the stories of the Bible come to life as you have never seen them before. Through breathtaking live stage musical productions, you and your family will encounter the true heroes of our history. Make memorable moments this summer at Orlando's premier family vacation destination, the Holy Land Experience, where the true heroes live.
Hello and welcome back to Faith on Film. We're here today with Jared Leon. Jared, so there's some new projects that you're working on now. We did talk about your first, 3 feature films, but there's also a series that I know you sent to me not too long ago, and then you're working on a new movie. Tell us a little bit more about what's in store for you.
Yeah, so after Dawn, we kind of did a short film. I don't know if I think I sent it to you, the last Will and Testament of Byron Colby. It was like a 30-minute short. We did that.
I don't remember that, so you're gonna have to
I
get
gotta
that
send it
sent
again.
to me.
Yeah, I gotta resend that to you.
Yes.
And then we did. I did a web series with a lady named Autumn. One of the actors in Dawn actually knew her and was a part of her project, and she brought me in, and so I was able to shoot and edit that. And that was a good experience. It was kind of. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, because that actually was a great series. It was sent to me. We're actually in the process now of acquiring it for Parables. But that was interesting because episodics are really very important right now. A movie's great, but when you do an episodic, people begin to get very engaged, and it becomes something they just keep coming back to. So that was a very good move.
Yeah, that was. I think we shot that one for under 10,000 too. That was cheap too. It was crazy. It was like $5,000 to $6,000 for that. It was insane.
Unbelievable. All right. Yeah. So how about a feature film? Are you headed towards another feature film?
We're kind of in the process of figuring out what we're going to do next. My mom is, writing some scripts. She's doing some screenwriting classes, trying to get her degree. But we're thinking about it. We're doing a couple short films. We're doing our reel to reel, the actors reel to reel thing, which is basically actors in the area that are, need a reel, because there's a lot of actors and they're always waiting on their stuff. That's like, I have my footage coming in, but it's going to take about 6 months to get. So don't worry, you can edit my reel then. I'm like, well, we can actually shoot it for you and then have it back to you by tomorrow. So we're like doing it. We're shooting it like a cinematic, like a cinematic scene. So it looks like something straight out of a movie or a short film or something. So we're doing that. But that's also helping us with our YouTube channel where we can kind of build up scenes. And then after that, we can make enough money. We can actually for once finance our movie without putting our paycheck into the movie. So, yeah, I mean, it's like a win-win in a way.
Sure. Now, so how can people contact you or learn more about that, or really learn more about all the projects that you're a part of?
Yeah, it's www.actorsreel2reel.com. It's REAL, the number 2, and REEL.com. And all our stuff is there. Our email is there. So if you want to hit us up about anything, we're there. We can talk.
Sure. Now, we still got a couple of minutes here, and there's something that I'm very curious about, and I think I want to hear your comments on, and that is, how is it working with your mom?
Well, when you know somebody from the day you were born and you have this relationship, it's definitely, you're a lot more apt to tell the truth about things. Like, you'll see other filmmakers work and you're like, you don't want to be mean, or you don't know them well enough, sure. But she can be blunt as, she needs to be. So it makes, at the time it's like, but sometimes you need that, because if someone tells you how great you're doing all the time, you're not gonna get better.
Right.
So she'll just straight up tell me, yeah, you could do better than that. And then I'll be the same way. Like, we can shoot this a lot better than that. So we go back and forth, but in all, at the end of the day, we're trying to make the project better. We're not just, just doing that to each other, just to do it. It's to make the project as good as possible. And when you have people on set, you don't want to, say anything, then you can kind of, in a way, not get that project to the level it could be at if you were just to be able to be blunt with each other and just say the truth, sometimes, because sometimes you don't want to make somebody mad, or you don't want to say that thing and switch the atmosphere on set. But when you're, mom and son, so you can go there. Yeah.
I know. I'm in that situation because my daughter is the one that works with me, and now my wife is kind of also getting in the mix here, and they're very blunt with me. They're definitely very blunt with me. Say hello to your mom. I'm probably going to have her, do a show with her as well, because I'm sure she has a side of the story as well. Now, she hasn't told you either shoot it this way or you're out, right?
She will. Our thing is, let's do both. If we can't agree, we'll shoot it both ways. I mean, we have had arguments. That's artistic expression, I guess, or whatever. We will not always agree, but at the end of the day, we still love each other. We're not going to be like, I'm done and I'm out of here. It's all for the better of the project. I look at it as,
I of course was kind of joking on that because of the ultimatum she gave you in your early years.
Right.
Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. Really appreciate you. So, folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Sunflowers. To pollinate and reproduce, they turn and face the sun, nature's way of reminding us that for ultimate growth, we must seek the light. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
wonder if penguins have knees. I wonder how many colors we can't see. I wonder why there's so many stars in the universe. I wonder if we ever looked like apes.
You want to find out?
I wonder if puppies have belly buttons.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. Hope you enjoyed our interview today with Jared Leon. I'm just always so amazed at young people who are involved in the faith-based film industry. Check out his website again, and don't just look to see what he's doing, but write him a little email. Just let him know that you're out there and that you're praying for him. I think that'll be very encouraging to them. And of course, don't forget to check out Parables TV, where we have a lot of great faith and family movies for you. In fact, the 3 movies that he's done are there. We do have the movies, so you can watch them there. Simply go to parables.tv. That's parables.tv. And of course, I'd like to hear from you. I want to know that you're out there checking out this program, watching this program. I want to know what you think. So write me at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. And check out our Facebook page at Faith on Film TV on Facebook, and like it, and not only like it, but share it so that we can maybe start growing our base of followers for this program. And of course, you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. Well, it's been fantastic. These shows just go by so fast, but I look forward to the next one next week. So until then, take care.